kiss for you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to my another video on Android app development. And so guys, in this video I am going to show you how to create a simple alarm application using Android Studio. Alright, so let me first of all show you the demo. So here we have this a simple application, and here you can see a time picker, and right now the time is 11:56 p.m. So I will set the time to 11:57 p.m. and if I click on set alarm, so now the alarm is set. Let's go back and let's wait for 11:57. So the alarm will pop up at about 11:57 at our desired time. Alright, so you guys can see that, and you guys can hear the alarm. Alright, so how can, okay, so in order to remove or I mean in order to stop the alarm, we have to close up. Okay, so as I told you that it is a very simple application, so I will not write the code to stop the alarm, but I will soon start a full video series on alarm application, and I will teach you all the concepts related to that. Alright, so now let's get started. So first of all, let's create a new project in Android Studio, and let's name it as my alarm tutorial. Okay, and click on next, then you can select empty activity, then click on finish. Alright, so there is some issue, so I will remove the line, and we can simply use that the app compact version of 26. Alright, so now first of all what we have to do, we need to change the constant layout to relative layout, and after that we will remove the text view also. And in here we first of all can use the time picker, so we can say time picker, and we can set the width to wrap content as well as the height to wrap content. Alright, then we can say center horizontal to true, and after that we can set the padding to 20 dp, or we can say 10 dp. Alright, and after that we can say time picker mode, and it can be spinner. Okay, so there are two values of spinner as well as, and if we don't specify, or clock. Alright, I guess clock is a very beautiful looking app. So after we set up the time picker, let's set the ID to time picker. After that let's have a text view, so we can say text view, and let's try to have it wrap content as well as wrap content. Then we can say center horizontal to true. We can set the color to 090, and we can set the style to bold, and we can set the size to 20 sp, and set say text, let's say Okay, so and also we can say margin to 50 dp. Alright, and in here we can say time. Alright, so after that what we are going to do is we can have a button which will set the timer. So we can simply, okay, so here let's just drag a button here and let's say set alarm. Alright, so we can say set alarm. So I guess that is it. So now let's go. Okay, so I guess we forgot the id here, so we can say id time text view. Alright, so now go to your main activity, and in here first of all initialize your both controls of text view and also the time picker. So first of all we can say time picker and then the text view. For the time picker we can say time picker equals to time picker find view by id r.id dot time picker. Then we can say text view equals to text view find view by id r.id dot time text view, and then we can also say the time picker dot set on time change listener new on time change listener. And inside our listener what we are going to do, okay, so we need the global int har int m har and m minute. So let's say m har equals to hour of day, and then m minute equals to minute. Alright, and we can set the text view dot set text, and in here we can say text view dot get text dot to string plus, and in here we can say mhar and we can say m minute. Alright, so after that after we set the time of the alarm, then we can create a new method for the button click event. So we can say public void set timer. Alright, so guys, in this method we are going to use the alarm manager class. Okay, so for that first of all we can say alarm manager equals to, let's typecast it, alarm manager get system service, and in here we can say context dot alarm service. Okay, so after that we can use the date class. Let's remove the date. So we can say date, and let's try to set the java.util date. Okay, so we can say date equals to new date, and then we can say calendar, . calendar dot, okay, so we can say calendar cal alarm equals to new calendar okay, so we cannot initiate it, so we can say calendar dot get instance, then we can say calendar cal now equals to calendar dot get instance. Okay, this object is for the alarm calendar at the time, and this one is for the current time. Okay, so what here we will do is we can say calendar now dot set time, and we will set the time to date, and also we can say cal alarm dot set time, and we can set the time as well as to date. Alright, so now we can set the time. So for that we can say cal alarm dot set, and in here first one will be calendar dot half of day, and our, as you know that our half of day is m hour. Similarly cal alarm dot set, and in here we can say calendar dot minute, and we can say m min. Alright, similarly we can say cal alarm dot set calendar dot second, and we can set it to 0. Okay, till then now I guess it is very simple. So after that, now we are going to check if cal alarm dot before, and here we can pass the call now, and so if the call alarm is before the caller now, so we can add the caller alarm dot add, and here we can pass calendar dot date 1. Alright, so after that we can simply call the broadcast receiver. So for that we can create the broadcast receiver. So here we can say Java class my broadcast receiver, so it will basically extends with broadcast receiver. Here we can say we need to override the method on receive. So inside our on receive method we are going to first of all use the vibration, so we can say vibrator equals to vibrator context dot get system service context dot vibrator service. Okay, and we will just say vibrator dot vibrate, and we will pass the 2000, I mean for the 2 seconds. Alright, so after that we can create a notification, so we can say notification noti equals to new notification dot builder. Inside that we can pass context, then we can say set content title alarm is on, and we can set content text, so we can say you had set up the alarm. And we can set small icon, and here we can say r.map.ic launcher, and finally we can build it. Okay, so after that we can use the notification manager class. We can say notification manager equals to notification manager context dot get system service, notification service. Then after that we can say noti dot flag noti dot flags equals to notification dot flag auto cancel, and then we can say manager dot notify, and then we can send 0 and notification object. Okay, so now finally we can play the ringtone. So we can say URI notification equals to ringtone manager dot get default URI, and then we can say ringtone manager dot type ringtone, and finally we can say ringtone equals to ringtone manager dot get ringtone. Then with the first argument will be context and the second one will be notification. Okay, and finally we can say r dot play. Alright guys, so now our broadcast receiver is complete. Let's try to initialize it inside our Android manifest. So we can say receiver name will be my broadcast receiver. So after that we can, okay, so let me give you a brief recap of what we have done inside our broadcast receiver. So first of all, we have generated the vibrator. After that we had set up the notifications, and finally we have played the ringtone. So after that, go to your main activity. So here you need to call the broadcast receiver. So we can say intent I equals to new intent, and here we can say main activity dot this, and then we can call our my broadcast receiver dot class. Then we have to use the pending intent. So we can say pending intent equals to pending intent dot get broadcast, and inside our broadcast receiver, so we can first of all pass our current context. Then we can pass any value. So let's say 24444. Then we can send our intent object, and finally we can set the flag to 0. Then after that we can simply say manager alarm manager dot set, and in here we can say alarm manager dot rtc wake up. Then we can say cal alarm dot get time in millis, and finally we can pass the pending intent. Alright guys, so I guess it is now complete. So now let's try to run our app and let's see if it works or not. So our application is now running, and let me first of all remove all the notifications. Okay, so now the time is 12:15. So let's try to set it to 12:16. Okay, and let's try to set the alarm. So go back and wait until the alarm is generated. So as you guys can see that 12:16 is now on, but we don't have the alarm. Oh yes, so I think that the mistake was we did not use the AM or PM. Oh yes, we did not use the on click event. Yes, yeah, there you go. So let's try to say on click and we can say set timer. So now let's try to run the app again. Okay, so now the application is running and let's try to set it 12:18. Okay, so now let's go back and now let's wait for the alarm to be triggered. Alright guys, so now the application is crashed. So let's see where it crashed. Yes, we did not use the unable to start broadcast receiver require vibrate permission. Yes, we did not have the permission. So here we can say uses permission vibrate. Alright, so now let's try to run the app again. And I hope now it works. Now let's try to set it to 19 and okay, so now 19 was gone, so let's try to set it to 20 12:20. So let's just wait. So now you are able to listen to the alarm. So guys, if you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. Goodbye.